Neural networks are inspired by the human brain. A model is composed of multiple layers of artificial neurons that perform simple mathematical operations. Layers of such neurons are stacked to perform increasingly difficult calculations. However, as the number of layers and nodes increases, computation from the input layer to the output layer increases in complexity. The increased complexity essentially makes it impossible for humans to interpret how the result is obtained. As a result, there are two main issues with using artificial intelligence. Firstly, many AI systems are black boxes because the decision-making process is difficult to understand and impossible to explain. Secondly, the development of AI systems also requires a combination of technical expertise in machine learning, but also the domain-specific knowledge. There may be a lack of experts in both domains. The fuzzy inference system can potentially provide a solution to the interpretability of models. In fuzzy inference systems, fuzzy rules are used as linguistic variables to describe and define the dataset. The inference system uses a rule base, containing if-then statements denoting the rules of the system. Such a system can provide interpretability using membership functions. Hence, the project's objective is to try combine the predictive effectiveness of a deep learning structure, while providing interpretability for the model. We also want to explore ways which a model can self-discover the best architecture for itself, and be able to adapt to different dataset inputs. Understanding that, this project proposes a 4-layer network including additional submodules attached to it. The 4 layers include the input layer, fuzzification layer, network layer and the output layer. The input layer takes in the crisp values and passes them to the fuzzification layer for fuzzification. The fuzzified values are then passed to the stacked LSTM structure and finally the output layer produces the predicted result for the model. The interpretation module takes in the fuzzified output from fuzzification layer and the GA tuning module optimizes the network layer based on the performance of the predictions from the output layer. In the fuzzification process, crisp values need to be fuzzified using membership functions. The membership functions are obtained using an online clustering algorithm, substream algorithm. The video shows the process of the clustering process when we stream data into the algorithm. As seen in the video, the algorithm is able to adapt to new incoming data and effectively take care of concept drift. The algorithm allows varying number of clusters at different time periods and the size of one cluster can be different from another even in the same time period. Based on the resultant clusters from the clustering algorithm, we can then map each of the clusters into a membership function. The network layer is a stacked LSTM module that is controlled by the GA tuning module. The GA configuration allows the network to freely search the structure that has up to 5 layers and 512 LSTM cells in each layer. All the models from each generation is trained and the result from all the models are aggregated, and used to create a new generation of offsprings, according to the performance of the networks. A network that performed better will have a higher probability of being chosen to reproduce to create offsprings. The GA tuning will continue according to the configurations set for the GA such as the number of generations, effectively finding the best network structure for the input data. Interpretability of the system can be managed by a parallel interpretation module. In a TISC-type fuzzy model, the output of the system is the immediate crisp value. In the Mamdani-type fuzzy model, output values are instead membership functions. The input membership functions can be stored in the interpretation module to maintain the rule base. In a Mamdani-type model, the output membership function can also be stored, effectively maintaining the if-then rules. Based on the activations of these membership values from the input and output, Pseudo-weights can be applied for the rules to maintain effective rule base. The following slides shows the result obtained from experimenting on 3 different stocks from different markets, the SPY, VGK and UETF. Furthermore, the time period tested was during the COVID pandemic, where most indices experienced a sharp drop in their prices. In each result, the result of Gaussian membership is compared with the triangular membership function. The best structure found by the genetic algorithm is also displayed. The results obtained for each stock is competitive, with the model performing the best on the SPY and worst on VGK. However, all of their results had good R-squared value, meaning that the predicted results followed very closely to the actual values. In conclusion, we have successfully shown how fuzzy theory can be incorporated into a deep learning structure, creating a fuzzy neural network that achieves interpretability for an otherwise black box model. At every step of the implementation, data-driven approach was taken, removing all human opinions and intuition. Finally, the implemented solution is also generalizable for different types of input, and the model works competitively for different time series inputs.